Deke Holloway slouched in his ergonomic chair, eyes glazed over from staring at lines of code for hours on end. The soft blue glow of multiple monitors cast eerie shadows across his face as he absently twirled a pen between his fingers. It was just another Monday night shift at Cyber Shield, one of the world's leading cybersecurity firms. Or so he thought. A sudden flurry of alerts jolted Deke from his stupor. His fingers flew across the keyboard, pulling up log files and system diagnostics. "What?" he muttered, brow furrowing as he scrolled through the data. Something was off. Very off. The intrusion patterns were like nothing he'd ever seen before. They defied every known hacking technique, every bit of malware in their extensive database. It was as if the attackers were using an entirely different programming language, one that shouldn't exist. Deke's heart began to race. He reached for his phone with trembling fingers, punching in the number for Ava Xiong, CyberShield's brilliant and ruthless CEO. "Ava? It's Deke. You need to see this. Now!" Across the globe, in server farms and data centers, other cybersecurity experts were having similar moments of panic. Government agencies scrambled to respond, but they were facing an enemy that seemed to be 10 steps ahead at every turn. Within hours, the truth became unavoidable. Earth was under attack. Not by missiles or warships, but by lines of code more advanced than anything humanity had ever created. As dawn broke over Washington, D.C., President Ilera Booker stood before a hastily assembled group of advisors, her face ashen. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "it appears we are dealing with extraterrestrial hackers." The room erupted into chaos. National Security Advisor Zane Kapoor slammed his fist on the table. "Impossible. This has to be some kind of elaborate hoax." "I wish it were, Zane," Ilera replied, her tone sharp enough to cut through the din, "but the evidence is overwhelming. These attacks are coming from outside our solar system." Dr. Imani Okafor, the nation's top xenobiologist, cleared her throat. "Madam President, if I may, this actually makes a twisted kind of sense. Any civilization advanced enough for interstellar travel would likely view cyber warfare as far more efficient than physical invasion." Ilera nodded grimly. "The question is, what do they want? And more importantly, how the hell do we stop them?" As if in answer, every screen in the room suddenly flickered to life. A message appeared, written in a strange, flowing script that slowly morphed into English. "Humans of Earth, your digital defenses are pathetic. Surrender your network infrastructure or face total technological annihilation." The room fell deathly silent. Ilera Booker stood tall, her jaw set in determination. "Like hell we will," she growled. Little did the aliens know, humanity had a few tricks up its collective sleeve. And sometimes, the most powerful weapon isn't the most advanced. It's the most ridiculous. In a nondescript basement halfway across the country, a group of unconventional hackers was about to change the course of human history. Their leader, a wild-haired genius known only as Glitch, cracked her knuckles and grinned at her team. "All right, you beautiful weirdos," she announced. "Let's show these alien assholes what Earth is really made of." As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, Operation Rickroll was about to begin. The basement lair of the hacker collective known as the Glitch Mob hummed with nervous energy. Monitors flickered with streams of data, casting an otherworldly glow on the eclectic group gathered around a central workstation. Glitch, her purple mohawk bobbing as she paced, addressed her team. "All right, listen up. We've got alien hackers trying to take over our planet's networks. The government's shit-scared, and conventional cyber defense is useless." She paused, a mischievous glint in her eye. "But we've got something those ED nerds will never see coming." Zephyr, a lanky teenager with more piercings than skin, raised an eyebrow. "You can't be serious about Operation Rickroll, Glitch. It's insane." "Exactly," Glitch cackled, spinning in her chair. "These aliens think they're so smart. They've probably studied every sophisticated defense we could throw at them. But they've never encountered the chaotic beauty of human meme culture." Nexus, the team's networking guru, scratched his beard thoughtfully. "The theory's sound. If their systems are trying to process and understand our data, hitting them with the most nonsensical, context-heavy content might just work. But why Rick Astley? Sci-Fi, their cryptography expert, asked. Why not something more recent? Glitch's grin widened. Because, my dear Sci-Fi, never gonna give you up is the platonic ideal of internet trolling. It's got staying power. And more importantly, it's got layers. The song itself, the video, the whole concept of Rickrolling. It's a fractal of human weirdness. The team exchanged glances, a mixture of excitement and trepidation on their faces. They'd pulled off some crazy stunts before, but this was on another level entirely. All right, Zephyr said, cracking his knuckles. How do we do this? Glitch's eyes gleamed. We're gonna build the mother of all Rickrolls. I'm talking a cascading series of memes, each one triggering the next. Rick Astley will just be the beginning. For the next 48 hours, the Glitch mob worked feverishly. They compiled decades of internet culture, weaving together a tapestry of absurdity that would make even the most hardened 4chan veterans head spin. Rickrolls led to Doge. Doge morphed into 9cat. 9cat gave way to an unholy fusion of all your bass and Gangnam Style. Reaction GIFs, copy pastas, and deep-fried memes were weaponized and layered with intricate care. But the true genius lay in the delivery system. We're going to use their own intrusion against them, Nexus explained, pointing to a complex network diagram. Every time they try to access one of our systems, they'll trigger the next layer of the meme cascade. Sci-Fi nodded approvingly. And I've encrypted the whole package using a cipher based on loss. Even if they crack it, it'll just lead them deeper into the rabbit hole. As the team put the finishing touches on their digital Rube Goldberg machine of insanity, an alert chimed. The aliens were launching another attack. Glitch took a deep breath, her fingers hovering over the keyboard. This is it, folks. We're about to rickroll an entire alien civilization. She looked at each of her teammates in turn, a fierce pride swelling in her chest. Whatever happens next, remember this moment. Remember that when the fate of humanity hung in the balance, we chose to fight back with the dumbest weapons in our arsenal. With a flourish, Glitch hit the enter key. Let's show these cosmic code monkeys what human ingenuity really looks like. The meme bomb was launched. Now, all they could do was wait and hope that somewhere in the vast reaches of space, an alien hacker was about to be very, very confused. As Rick Astley's synthesized vocals began to echo through their underground lair, the Glitch mob held their breath. The fate of Earth rested on the shoulders of a man in a trench coat, dancing like a dork in a late 80s music video. And somehow, it felt absolutely right. Aboard the massive cybership Datamind, hovering just beyond Mars orbit, Chief Information Officer Zextal stared at his holoscreen in utter bewilderment. The being's tentacles twitched nervously, causing ripples in its gelatinous form. What in the name of the great algorithm is this? Zextal exclaimed, its voice a series of bubbling squeaks. The ship's AI, usually a calm presence, seemed equally perplexed. Analysis inconclusive, Chief. The human data networks are responding in unexpected ways. Zextal's eye stalks swiveled wildly as it tried to make sense of the information flooding its sensors. Instead of the expected flow of classified data, military secrets, and financial records, they were receiving nonsense. A red-haired human male gyrated on the screen, his vocal emissions repeating in an endless loop. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Enhance! Zextal demanded, certain there must be some hidden message, some sophisticated counterattack buried within this bizarre transmission. The image zoomed in, revealing only more details of the dancing human and his inexplicable attire. Zextal's confusion deepened. Was this some sort of primitive battle dance? A declaration of war through rhythmic movement? Suddenly the image shifted. A crude representation of a canine appeared, accompanied by broken text. Such hack. Very defend. Wow! Zextal's gelatinous form quivered with frustration. This cannot be the extent of their defense systems. Where is the encrypted data? The advanced AI countermeasures? As if in response, the ship's speakers began to emit a high-pitched, repetitive melody. A creature that appeared to be a hybrid of feline and breakfast pastry soared across the screen. leaving a rainbow trail in its wake. 999999999. The daemon systems began to glitch. Holoscreens flickered, displaying a rapid-fire sequence of images and text that defied all logic. All your base are belong to us. Oppa Gangnam style. Hide the pain, Herald, this is fine. ZYXTAL's mental processors were approaching overload. It had studied human culture extensively in preparation for this invasion, but nothing had prepared it for whatever this was. Disengage! ZYXTAL shrieked, its tentacles flailing in panic. Shut down all connections to the human networks immediately. But it was too late. The meme cascade had taken hold, infecting the Dataman's quantum processors with its chaotic energy. Throughout the ship, alien crew members found themselves involuntarily mimicking the strange dances they'd witnessed, their typically precise movements replaced by awkward flailing. In the engine room, Chief Engineer Blorpnax stared in horror as the ship's matter-antimatter reactor began pulsing in time with something called Sandstorm by Darude. The very fabric of space-time around the data mine seemed to vibrate with bass-boosted intensity. Back on the bridge, ZYXTAL watched helplessly as its carefully planned invasion crumbled into absurdity. The being's final shred of composure snapped as a new image appeared on the main view screen. A crudely drawn stick figure with the caption, "Problem?" ZYXTAL let out a bubbling wail of despair. But we are the galaxy's greatest cyber warriors. How can these primitive humans possess weapons of such mind-bending power? As if an answer, Rick Astley's cheerful visage reappeared, still dancing, still promising to never give up, never gonna let you down. In that moment, ZYXTAL felt something it had never experienced before, the dawning realization that perhaps, just perhaps, the Galactic Cyber Collective had severely underestimated humanity. Meanwhile, back on Earth, in their underground lair, the glitch mob watched in awe as their makeshift defense system worked beyond their wildest dreams. Alien communication channels were in chaos, filled with the digital equivalent of confused screaming. Glitch leaned back in her chair, a satisfied smirk playing on her lips. And that, my friends, is why you should never underestimate the power of a good meme. Zephyr shook his head in disbelief. I can't believe it actually worked. We just Rickrolled an entire alien invasion force. As the team celebrated their improbable victory, none of them realized that this was only the beginning. For in the vast depths of space, other alien civilizations were taking notice. And the stage was set for a confrontation that would redefine humanity's place in the cosmos. All thanks to the unstoppable force of internet culture gone intergalactic. As Earth celebrated its improbable victory, the Galactic Cyber Collective regrouped. ZYXTAL, demoted but not defeated, addressed the Council of Supreme Hackers. Esteemed colleagues, it burbled, we have gravely underestimated these humans. Their memes are not mere data. They're weaponized absurdity. The council murmured in a cacophony of beeps and squeals. High processor Qubits raised a glowing appendage. Then we must fight absurdity with logic. Prepare the quantum logic bombs. Earth's brief respite ended as a new wave of cyber attacks began. The glitch mob found themselves back in their dimly lit lair, fingers flying over keyboards. They're using some kind of hyper-rational algorithms. Nexus shouted, sweat beading on his forehead. Our memes are being systematically deconstructed. Glitch's eyes narrowed. Then we'll hit him with something they can't rationalize. Zephyr, deploy the surreal meme subroutines. Across the globe, screens flickered. Images of distorted, impossibly long-limbed figures appeared, accompanied by captions that defied comprehension. PLNG for the void. Do not trust the PILLARS. The alien system stuttered, struggling to process this new assault on logic. But they adapted quickly, launching their own salvo of cyber weirdness. Suddenly, humans worldwide found themselves grappling with pop-up windows posing questions like, if a tree falls in a forest with no one around, does it violate the laws of quantum superposition? Calculate the emotional quotient of the color blue divided by the square root of nostalgia. It was a digital arms race like no other. The glitch mob countered with deepfake videos of historical figures breakdancing. The aliens retaliated with fractal patterns that induced existential crises. As the conflict escalated, something unexpected began to happen. The constant exchange of bizarre cultural artifacts was having an effect on both sides. ZYX-Tau, monitoring the battle from a secure bunker, found itself inexplicably drawn to these human creations. This Nyan cat, it's so pointless, yet I cannot look away. Fascinating. Meanwhile, on Earth, meme culture evolved at a breakneck pace, incorporating alien concepts that push the boundaries of human comprehension. Internet forums buzzed with discussions about quantum shitposting and hyperdimensional dank memes. In the White House Situation Room, President Ilera Booker massaged her temples. Let me get this straight. Our primary defense against an alien cyber invasion is internet jokes. Dr. Imani Okafor nodded sagely. Madam President, we're witnessing the birth of a new form of communication. These memes are becoming a universal language. Back in the glitch mob's headquarters, an alert blared. Cypher's eyes widened as she deciphered the incoming transmission. Guys, I think the aliens are trying to communicate with us. Through memes. The main screen filled with a crudely photoshopped image. It showed the Earth in an alien world, connected by a glowing bridge made of Doge. The message read, "Such peace? Very coexist? Wow." Glitch leaned back, a slow smile spreading across her face. Well, I'll be damned. Looks like we've got ourselves a good, old-fashioned meme OFF. For the next 72 hours, Earth and the Galactic Cyber Collective engaged in the strangest diplomatic exchange in history. Complex ideas about technology, culture, and the nature of existence itself were conveyed through an ever-evolving tapestry of visual jokes and wordplay. Surprisingly, it worked. The absurdist nature of memes allowed both species to sidestep the pitfalls of traditional language barriers. Concepts that would have taken years to convey through conventional means were transmitted in seconds via a well-placed galaxy brain image macro. As the exchange reached its peak, ZYX-Tau made a bold decision. It sent a final transmission, a video of itself and its crew, tentacles flailing, attempting to recreate the Harlem Shake. The message was clear. We may not fully understand each other, but we're willing to look ridiculous trying. Glitch and her team responded with a montage of humans attempting to mimic alien dances, set to a remix of All Star by Smash Mouth and the Cantina theme from Star Wars. As the video ended, a new message appeared on screens around the world and throughout the alien fleet. Congratulations, sentient beings. You have passed the Great Meme Trial. Welcome to the intergalactic community. The true nature of the invasion was revealed. It had all been an elaborate test, a way for advanced civilizations to gauge whether humanity was ready to join the cosmic conversation. And humanity, in all its chaotic, meme-loving glory, had passed with flying colors. As the implications of this revelation sank in, Glitch turned to her team, her eyes shining with the light of new possibilities. Well, folks, she grinned, looks like we've got a whole universe of dank memes to explore. The technological tango had ended, but the real adventure was just beginning. Humanity stood on the brink of a new era, armed with the most powerful weapon in the galaxy, the ability to make the entire cosmos laugh. In the weeks following the Great Meme Trial, Earth buzzed with a mixture of excitement, confusion, and meme-fueled hysteria. Humanity had not only survived its first extraterrestrial encounter, but had unexpectedly charmed its way into the galactic community through the power of internet culture. The United Nations convened an emergency session to address this unprecedented situation. As delegates from around the world gathered, the General Assembly Hall was an odd sight. Alongside formal attire and traditional dress, many representatives sported t-shirts emblazoned with the most famous memes from the alien encounter. Secretary General Adebayo Okonkwo, looking slightly bewildered in a suit jacket and a Doge tie, called the session to order. Distinguished delegates, we face a unique challenge. How do we prepare humanity for integration into an intergalactic society that communicates primarily through memes? The chamber erupted into a cacophony of suggestions. ranging from the sensible to the absurd. "We must establish a Department of Mimetic Affairs," shouted the delegate from Japan. "Nonsense," countered the Russian representative. "Clearly, we need a galactic shit-posting task force." As the debate raged on, a familiar face made her way to the podium. Glitch, the unlikely hero of the alien encounter, had been invited to speak. Her purple mohawk stood in stark contrast to the sea of suits and formal wear. "Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends," she began, her voice cutting through the chaos. "You're all missing the point. Memes aren't just jokes or images. They're packets of cultural information." The room fell silent as Glitch continued. "What we've stumbled upon is nothing less than a universal language. One that transcends traditional barriers of communication. It's beautiful, it's chaotic, and it's uniquely human." Her words resonated with the assembly. For the first time, many began to grasp the true significance of what had occurred. Meanwhile, in deep space, the Galactic Council was having a similar revelation. ZYX-Tau, now hailed as a visionary for its role in the meme trial, addressed its peers. "Esteemed colleagues," it burbled excitedly, "these humans have shown us something extraordinary. Their memes are not mere frivolity. They are a form of rapid cultural evolution." The council buzzed with interest as ZYX-Tau explained how memes allowed humans to process complex ideas, cope with existential dread, and form communities around shared experiences, all at incredible speeds. Back on Earth, humanity began to prepare for its new role in the cosmos. Universities rushed to establish departments of xenomimetics. Linguists and computer scientists collaborated on AI systems designed to translate alien concepts into relatable memes. The Glitch mob, now global celebrities, found themselves at the forefront of this new frontier. They worked tirelessly to create a meme Rosetta Stone, a database that would help both humans and aliens navigate the vast landscape of intergalactic meme culture. As Earth's first official delegation prepared to depart for the Galactic Council, tensions ran high. How would humanity present itself to the cosmos? The answer came in a stroke of collective genius. The delegation ship, christened the SS Dank Voyager, was emblazoned with a giant QR code. When scanned, it rickrolled the viewer, but then led to a stunning multimedia presentation of human history, culture, and achievements, all told through a carefully curated series of memes. As the ship lifted off, carrying humanity's hopes and dreams and jokes to the stars, Glitch watched from mission control. Tears glistened in her eyes as she turned to her team. "You know," she said softly, "they always said that humor was a universal language. Who knew it would literally help us talk to aliens?" Zephyr nodded, a look of wonder on his face. "It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? The idea that the sum total of human silliness might be our greatest strength." As the SS Dank Voyager disappeared into the night sky, a new notification popped up on screens around the world. It was a transmission from the Galactic Council, a response to humanity's first official message to the stars. The entire planet held its breath as the transmission was decoded. What cosmic wisdom would it contain? The message appeared, a perfectly crafted image macro featuring a surprised alien face with bold text overlaid. "Humans have entered the chat." Laughter erupted across the globe. It was the dawn of a new age, one where the lines between high art, sophisticated communication, and dank memes had blurred beyond recognition. As humanity took its first tentative steps into a larger, weirder universe, one thing became clear. In a cosmos full of wonders and terrors, sometimes the best response is a well-timed joke. And Earth, it seemed, was about to become the comedy club at the center of the galaxy. The meme-filled future awaited, full of possibilities as vast and strange as the internet itself. Humanity had found its voice in the cosmic conversation, and it was loud, weird, and unstoppable.